welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my spring to summer transitional picks. This was originally supposed to be a spring picks video, but as somebody stated in one of my comments recently, we're like halfway through. So I'm going to do a transition picks video because I feel like it's the most appropriate thing. And to be honest, these would have applied to my spring video whenever I did it anyways, and this is also going to carry over quite well to my summer picks because a lot of these overlap. So here we are. I have this giant, it's actually not a giant basket, but I've got a giant pile of polishes. This is gonna be the largest seasonal picks video I've ever done, so get comfortable. Maybe you're doing some cleaning and you want this up on the background. Listen, I do the same thing, but if you're relaxing, go grab a snack, maybe a drink, get cozy, because I feel like I have a feeling based on how many polishes I have to share with you, this is going to be quite a long video. So let's get started. So the first ones actually come from Zoya's Daydreaming collection that was released, I think, right before spring. I know there was a lot of talk about how these weren't spring colors, but I am glad that Zoya released them because it was a really good collection. Now, admittedly, and I talked about this in my review video, I wasn't excited because the release, the promo photos were not appealing, and then Zoya was describing them as shimmers, which it's got to be a good shimmer. I don't like just any shimmer, and I was very nervous, and I did actually almost just completely skip out on doing a review, but I decided to take the plunge, and I'm so happy because these polishes are super stinking pretty and the formulas are amazing. Now my first pick is Zoya's Kira. This is the kind of blue that looks good on absolutely everybody. It's just a safe color, super complimentary. I don't think I've ever come across somebody wearing this color and thought, wow, that's not a good shade for them. It's never happened, and I would be surprised if that were to ever happen. But this is just a cobalty kind of blue, and it has these micro flakies in it, which Zoya is describing as shimmers. I have a bone to pick with you, Zoya. I don't want to call it a shimmer, okay? And I don't think it's a shimmer. They look like micro flakies, and in this case with this polish, it gives more of a silver shift. That's not the case with all of them, but with this one it does give more of a silver shift. I just love the way this looks on my nails. It makes my skin look so good too. I mean, admittedly, it does come down to this kind of blue, because this kind of blue, like I said, it just looks good on everybody, and of course the formula is amazing. The next one is Marie, which is a darker purple, definitely heavy on the blue side, if you will. This also has the micro flakies, but these have more of a gold shift in this polish, and I love the purple with the gold. It just looks so pretty. I mean, everything that I said about the first polish can be applied to this one. Formula is fantastic. It's just a really solid polish. Next up is TERRA. This is an orchid purple, so definitely heavy on the pink side. This is the kind of purple that I find very difficult to wear, but I want to branch out, push the envelope, push my own envelope, and get myself to wear this kind of shade, because I actually kind of stay away from it, mostly because I feel like it doesn't look good on me, but it has those micro flakies in there, and in this case, just like Marie, it gives you a gold shift, and so I feel like that gold is going to help it look a little bit better on me. I don't know, we'll see how it goes, but I like this kind of color. I just steer clear of it because I don't think it always complements my skin tone, so I'm gonna ignore that. It's a color that makes me happy when I look at it, so I want to wear it on my nails now. The last one from that collection is Tink. This is like a raspberry pink. It also has the micro flakies in here, which do have a gold effect, although I don't think the shift is really all that apparent in this one. In fact, I would say that this looks very silky. It looks like a silk robe. It looks like you dropped a pretty penny on this color. It just looks like a very luxurious color. Am I the only one? It's a very luxurious shade, and it makes me feel fancy, so I want to wear it. So I try to narrow down these picks to polishes that were recently released and polishes that you could at least easily get. But you guys, I have to be completely honest with myself. There are some polishes that I'm going to be wearing, and I already know it. In fact, one of them I'm wearing right now, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But I want to share them with you. I want to be completely honest. Like, these are the polishes that are actually on my list that I will be reaching for. So this next one is not easily available. I imagine you could find it in D-Stash, but I don't know how easy that's going to be. And this one comes from Rogue Lacquer. It's called Steampunk Fantasy. This is a polish that I purchased a few years ago, and I've pulled out again and again and again. It's so pretty. It's a hollow base with Aurora shimmer that looks like a gold, orange to gold shift. It is so dreamy. And actually, the time that this video is going up, I should be going to a meeting. And while I'm not wearing it right now, I would probably wear this to a meeting, because while it is hollow, without the direct sunlight, it doesn't jump off the nail. It's not distracting. It's actually a really subtle shade. It's got all of the indie polish elements to it, but just the color scheme that they went with, it's very, very subtle. And that's one of my favorite aspects about it. The formula is also fantastic. I'll pick in 2 coats. It's so good. Let's talk about China Glaze. You guys, the collections that have been coming out from all of the brands lately have been amazing, right up my alley, and they've been taking all my money. But China Glaze's Holy Sugar collection was a definite must-have. Did I say definite? I meant definite must-have in my collection. My favorite being Gimme Sugar, which is the pastel neon coral. Listen, you guys know, without a doubt, I will always include a pastel neon coral in spring and in summer. It's just a given. But actually I don't have the bottle right now, so I don't have to share with you. But you guys are seeing the swatch, and it's just a beautiful shade. It's right up my alley. It's a shoe-in. I mean, I probably didn't even need to include it for you guys to know I was going to be wearing it. But some of the other polishes from the collection that I do want to reach for include Here for the Candy, which is the pink. This is definitely like a bubblegum pink. It's got more of a blue tinge to it. It's not blue by any means, but it's definitely more on the blue side. And the formula is super stinking amazing. That was one of my favorite things about the collection outside of the colors, was the formulas. I think China Glaze did a really good job with it. The next one is Kid in a Candy Store. I've actually already worn this on my toes. It's just really pretty. It's really pretty. It reminds me a bit, just off the top of my head, it reminds me a bit of the original Flip Flop Fantasy, although now that I'm thinking about it a little bit more, I think Flip Flop Fantasy might have a more orange to it. But I wonder if you can mix up 2 of these shades and come up with a super close imitation, a dupe for it. I don't know. Maybe I should test that out and give you guys my results later. Maybe update you at a later time. I don't know. But this definitely gives me like the Flip Flop Fantasy vibes. I mean, if that formula was still around, I imagine it would be in this collection. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be because it was released in a collection already, but you get what I mean, right? Right? I think so. And the last one from China Glaze is the yellow, and this is Holy Sugar. It's a yellow. I love yellow. I love having the opportunity to talk about yellows. I love it when collections release yellows, because I think Essie for the longest time was super guilty of not releasing yellows. And in fact, I think one of the few yellows that they did release was like super expensive and like a collector's item. That's not the case anymore. Essie's obviously released quite a few yellows since then, but when brands release a yellow, I feel like it has been few and far between. So when China Glaze released it, and in the collection they released it in, I was super pumped. And the formula on this is amazing. It's actually really stinking good. So I'm just excited all the way around. This next one is another hard to get one, but this is Ingrid Lacquer. Is very appealing. This I picked up when they were still over on Etsy. Actually, they were in the middle of transitioning from Etsy to their own website, and I picked it up because I was a little bit worried that maybe they were getting rid of it because I wasn't seeing it on the new website. And you guys, that's the case. It's not available on the website. However, maybe with requests, she might bring it back. I don't know. I don't know why it was discontinued, but this is a very vibrant orange with pink shimmer. It's like a pink, it's like an aurora shimmer. It changes based on the lighting, right? Right now I'm seeing green. Sometimes I see pink, but it also has multi-chrome flakes in there. And honestly, if I was just reading the description on a paper, I might think like, I don't know about those multi-chrome flakes. I don't think that that's going to work, but it does come together, and I really enjoy this polish. Nothing like it. There is nothing like it in my collection. And I think that's what excites me the most, is that it is so unique. Recently, I released the Feel the Fizzle collection, and I walked away with 4 favorites. And these are just going to be some polishes that I will be picking from, right? So, I have to share them with you. This first one, I don't feel like I need to spend much time on, because if you were around at the beginning of my channel, you know that I have some weird obsession with Periwinkle. And actually there was a time when I was like on a mission to find all of the Periwinkle polishes specifically from Sinful Colors. And I got quite a few of them. At the time, not all the polishes were available everywhere. It's kind of difficult, but I built up my Periwinkle collection that year. So I definitely did not need to add this to my already hoard of nail polishes, but Apparently I did it anyways. This one is not super unique. It's a Periwinkle, it's a cream, but it does come in an Essie bottle, which is super cute, and it has a fantastic brush. So I will say that this does have a one up with that, is that the brush on this one is so much better than the Sinful Colors ones, but still I didn't need to pick this up. The next one is It's High Time. This is a pastel green. I want to call it minty, but at the same time I don't. I feel like there's not enough blue and it's not light enough for that, but I have found myself very attracted to mint lately, and you guys know I have like a love-hate relationship with green. I can get down with neon green and maybe like foresty greens, but when it comes to like mid-range green, I don't know, I don't think it looks good on me, but I've definitely been interested in more of a pastel green, and this one just hit the spot at the right time. Really, the formula is good, there's no complaints here, and I think this actually might be unique to my collection. I know it's not a super unique shade, but this might be unique to my collection. The next one is In the Universe. This is one of those orchid purples that I find difficult to wear, but I feel like they look good on my toes. And I don't like to put glitter on my toes, but I will definitely be wearing this one. This is probably where this one will live the most. It's just really pretty. I mean, that is so basic to say, but it is just really, really pretty. I feel like there might be some neon in it. I don't want to call it a neon though, but I feel like I'm getting some neon vibes from it. Anybody else? And the last pick from that collection is the namesake of the collection. This is Feel the Fizzle. I believe I was calling this a glitter topper in my review. That is a mistake. This is actually a flaky topper. Not super unique, but it's new to my collection, and I want to make sure that I'm taking advantage of the polishes that I'm buying, because otherwise it's a waste of money, right? I've wasted enough. I need to start wearing what I own, and so I added this one to my collection. It's just really pretty. I mean, it's got a pink to green shift, or maybe it's like a purple. I don't know. It kind of depends on the lighting. I like to wear these on their own. I like a more simple look when it comes to toppers. Of course, you can wear it with a base, but I like wearing these on their own. It just, I don't know, in a way, as much as it probably doesn't make sense to most, it feels like when I'm wearing a glitter topper on my bare nail, it feels like a palette cleanser. I know that probably doesn't make sense, but it feels that way to me. If you guys can get your hands on this one, I cannot recommend it enough. I cannot recommend it enough. I actually just checked my local Sally's to see if they have one available. It looks like they might. So I might, when I end this video, I might go over there and pick up a backup. This is Nails Inc. Shall We Dance from their What the Shell collection. It was a 5-piece set. And this is a polish that I picked up during the time I wasn't really posting videos last year. I was in a moment of really just needing a break, and I took my break at Sally's, and I remember seeing this polish. I was picking it up, putting it down, picking it up, putting it down, feeling conflicted because it wasn't on sale, and this is like a $10 polish, and I was like hee-hawing, and finally I just committed to it, and I bought it, brought it home, I wore it, and I could not have been more pleased. Like, I feel like this is worth, no matter how much you, well, I'm not going to say no matter how much you pay for it, but like whether it's on sale or not, I feel like it's worth the money. It almost has like a mother of pearl look on the nails. So it's like a pearly base, but it has a pink to blue or green shift to it. And you don't have to do major light manipulation. Obviously you need to move your hand around in certain lightings to catch it, but it's not so difficult. You're not having to do all these tricks. It just feels very much like an indie polish. So I was super pleased. And the brush on these Nails Inks is pretty darn nice. So the application, everything about this was just a dream come true, and it just came in at the perfect time. It was just a little bit of sunshine during a really rough time in my life on my nails, and so I guess there's some memories related to it, but even if you guys don't have those memories, I think that it's worth it, and hopefully I can get my backup. I've got my fingers crossed. I feel like I don't even need to talk about the Noodles polishes for you guys to know that I would choose to wear them, but I'm going to anyways. This first one is Lilac You A Lot. This is a Periwinkle, and it has the micro flakies in here. Actually, it has the kind of micro flakies that you would see, not the same ones, but just the size. It looks similar, maybe a little bit bigger, but similar to the ones that you're finding in the Zoya Daydream collection, which I didn't even really think about until now. But yeah, they're definitely micro flakies in that collection. I feel so acknowledged and heard after realizing that. Anyways, back to this. So this is just another Periwinkle. Again, I don't need it, but it's got the shift with those flakies in there, and it's really pretty. The formula is really easy to work with, and there's no glitter in this. So So while Noodles is notorious for adding glitters to their polishes, this one doesn't have it. So super easy to remove. Last but not least, this is not a polish. This is another polish that if they wrote down the description, I might like overlook and say, nah, I don't want to get that one. But you know what? You get it in person and in your hands. It is so pretty. It has a taupe base. Actually, the description says it has a taupe base, but when you see it in real life, it looks more of like a pastel. Can I say pastel sage? It has a very faint sage tint to it, and then it's got the shimmer and there's some glitter in there. I feel like this is so pretty and it's so unique. I don't think I've ever seen any polish like this, and certainly there's not one like it in my collections. Now, of course, I have to include a pink Crelly from Noodles in here. This one is One Trick Peony. It's got a very light pink base with pink orange, no, it's not orange, pink, yellow, mint, and white glitters, and it's just super stinking cute. It's super stinking cute. It goes back to like the Crelly basics, if you will. Just a really cutesy colored base with all of these glitters in there in different sizes. I don't know. It kind of takes me back, and it's a pink, so of course I'm a sucker for it. And the last Noodles I have is So Fresh and So Green. Seriously, can I just get the base color too? Like, I love the flakies in this. Don't misunderstand me, but I also just want the base color as a polish for those times that I just want to wear a cream. I really, really love this color, and I feel like I might go on a Periwinkle a Periwinkle kick for this type of green. This is the green that has me on fire right now. I want to go back to early 2010s when coral and mint were a thing. Like, please, please. I'm so late to the train, and I don't know why. Why did it take me this long? I don't get it. I kick myself sometimes when it comes to the decisions that I make. Now, this would not be a spring picks, a summer picks, a transitional spring to summer picks video if I did not include the absolute must-have Color Club Hot Pants. This is the color, this is the polish that started my obsession with pastel neon corals. My bottle is pretty low. I'm like way down here. I am at the point where it's very difficult to actually get any of it out, so I should probably pick up a backup. But I'm obsessed still, as I ever was. I'm still super obsessed with it. Love it on my toes, love it on my nails. Like, it's just one of those polishes that you can wear both ways. I don't feel that way about all polishes, but this is definitely one of them. And I always get compliments, not just on YouTube, like actually out in the real world, people compliment me. So listen, if you want people to talk to you, maybe you don't. So maybe if you're like me and you sometimes just don't want people to talk to you, maybe don't wear it then. Let's talk about ORLY next. So a few months back, I went on a TJ Maxx kick. I mean, I'm always on a TJ Maxx kick. They just don't always have anything new. But when I went in there, it had been a while, and I picked up rose-colored glasses, which I actually did a haul. So if you guys are interested, I'll throw that in the cards or maybe put it in the description. But I did haul this, and I've come across those swatch photos quite a few times when I'm doing other swatches. And I'm seriously obsessed with this. Like, it looks so pretty. It gives you a very polished look. I mean, it's not super bright. It doesn't cover your nail line or anything, but it gives you like a my nails but better look. And I love it. So I'm going to be pulling this one out when I need a palette cleanser because it's just so stinking pretty. And also it's going to be great for those moments that I need to go to meetings and be taken seriously, like actually seriously. And I mean business, which has been happening a lot more lately. Hopefully that calms down. We'll see. But if you don't have this, if you're looking for a great palette cleanser, a very sheer color, I guess, a natural sheer color, I think that this is really pretty. I picked an OPI up at the same time, and when I look at both of them, this is the one that I'm attracted to. Like, if I had to choose between the two, this would be it. I would destash the OPI and I would keep this one. The next two are from the Valentines Trio, which I forget the name of, but it was a trio and these two were a part of it. This first one is Wink Wink. It's just a very bright, I want to call it a neon. I feel like it's a neon. Am I lying to myself? Maybe. But it's a very bright pastel pink, and it just falls right in line with everything that I love. The formula is great. The brush is great. And then the topper in that collection is Let's Go Girls. This is just a clear base with neon, purple, and pink glitters, along with very small holographic glitters. And let me tell you, they did not skimp out on the glitters. Actually, at times, I felt like ORLY could have put less, but I'm not going to send in a complaint because I don't want them to be like Sinful Colors. Sinful Colors, why do your toppers always have too much base? I'm going to come for them all the time. But with this one, there is so much glitter, and also the hollows in here are so reflective. They're not reflective glitters, but they catch the light so well. They're not subtle. Even though they're so small, they're not subtle. They really jump out. So I love that. I love that aspect of it. This is Marion Ice. It was part of the holiday collection of 2022, I believe. It's a pink with iridescent glitter. I mean, I'm a sucker. So here we are. And this is actually quite unique to my collection. I imagine though, that you might, maybe, I wonder if you might be able to do a pale pink base and throw this topper on. This is Essie's Feel the Fizzle. If you would get something similar to this, I should test that out. But for now, and since I have it anyways, I definitely want to pull this one out because it's so, so pretty. This was actually the one, I just hit myself. This was actually the one polish in that collection that I was like, oh my gosh, I absolutely need to get it. And it was part of the reason I went to TJ Maxx in the first place. A recent purchase of mine is Sally Hansen Insta-Dry's Traveling Light. This is a very pastel purple. It's the type of purple that I don't think looks good on my tips. It definitely looks good on my toes though. I do want to branch out, like I said. I really need to branch out and wear more purples because I like purple and I just don't wear it. And I need to stop. I need to knock it off. I need to quit doubting myself. And this is my kind of shade. I feel like it's not neon, but I do feel like it's very bright and would kind of be, it would be closer to a neon than your standard cream, if that makes sense. And the last polish is from Moonshine Manny. This is in the Pacific. This is obviously, as so many of us know, this is a dupe for Sally Hansen's Pacific Blue. I actually do have the original. I'm scared to wear it because then I will run out and I don't know why. Like I just need to wear it. But for now, this is the one that I'm going to when I want that color. It's so pretty. The formula is kind of jelly-like, but it's still a good formula and still opaque in 2 coats. This is the kind of polish that I would include in like a beginner's kit. It would be this kind of blue because I feel like it, like I said before, like it's just a really solid blue and it complements so many people. That was it. That was the last one. Can you guys believe it? This is definitely the largest seasonal picks video I've ever done. Usually I keep it to like 10 or less, but I felt like going all out, sharing with you what I'm excited about. These are the polishes that I'm going to have in this basket. And when I feel like changing my polish, I'm going to choose from one of these. Now, this is probably going to change as more collections come out, of course, but at the time that I'm recording this, these are the polishes that have me most excited and that I really, really look forward to wearing. I want to say thank you to everybody who has recently subscribed. I got an influx of subscribers. Thank you so much. I hope you stick around for a while. Leave comments, you know, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Let me know if you guys want to see other picks videos, like not seasonal, but maybe like what would I wear to court, or what's another one? Maybe a wedding. Somebody said that they picked up Vanity Fair. I wish I could remember your name, but they picked up Vanity Fairist to wear to their wedding, and that made me smile. I love that. So if you guys are interested in to hear about what I would wear for certain occasions, let me know. I would love to do a video like that, and we can talk about more polishes and more of my favorites. So, all right, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!